Welcome to another episode of the Magnetic Success Podcast. As 2022 came to a close, I noticed so many comments and posts in groups and on social media where people were starting to lose belief. They were feeling disempowered. They were having negative thoughts. They were struggling with their money mindset, with their positive mindset. When it came to their business, they were struggling with belief. So today I wanted to talk to you about how you could hold your belief and work through negativity. It's not enough to just start at the beginning of the year and go, yeah, let's do it. I've got this. I'm going to have the most amazing year. I'm creating this, that, and the other. We need to maintain that focus. We need to hold that vision and we need to stay focused and know that we can do it. One of the biggest things is a lack of belief. So we'll start the new year. We've got these new goals. We've got new ideas of actions and things that we want to try in our business. We do it and we don't get the immediate results that we want. We might do it again and we're still not getting the results that we want. Every time we try something and it doesn't quite work out how we wanted, we don't quite get the results that we want, it doesn't feel like it's working, then we start to lose a bit of belief. So we start really building a lack of belief, going from inspired, motivated, unstoppable, and I can do anything, to how am I going to do this? This is never going to work for me, right? So we want to be actively, before we get to that stage, we want to be actively building belief through your thoughts, focus, and attention, right? It's really, really important where you place your focus, because the more you focus on doubt, fear, things that are going wrong, things that could go wrong, things that may or may not happen in the future that will negatively affect you, all of these things are going to expand. First of all, through your mind, it will get bigger and bigger in your mind. Law of attraction will deliver you more thoughts like that, more feelings like that. And then you will start to create circumstances in your outside world that reflect that are a mirror of that. So our focused thoughts, our focused feelings, it's really, really important. We look after our vibration, how we feel, that we care about what we're spending our time looking at and focusing on and observing. Are we reacting to things as they happen around us and then making them mean something about us? Are we reacting to things that are happening outside of us that we don't want and telling ourselves that means this is going to happen over the next year, or this won't happen this year because this has happened now, 2 weeks into January, 2 weeks into the first, the next 12 months. We make all these irrational and illogical decisions, assumptions, and expectations based on something not working as fast as we'd like it, i.e., by tomorrow. So we want to be really, really mindful of this. Wherever attention goes, your energy will flow. Universal energy will flow. So make sure that you are holding your attention on what it is that you want, what you want to create, your dreams, your desires, your vision, the impact you want to make, the transformations you want to give your clients. Because even when you are stuck in a problem and you're trying to get out of something, you've heard me say this many, many times, you're still focused on the problem. So you're still on that problem end of the stick. You can't see, you can only see through a limited perspective. You can't see the bigger picture. You're stuck down there on the ground, right? We want to be able to zoom out. We want to stay focused on what it is that we want and remove ourselves or elevate ourselves or zoom out from the problems that we're facing, okay? So if you might already find yourself like you've made this plan, it all feels amazing, it all feels wonderful, and now you're at that point of, oh, I've got to make it happen now. Now what do? I don't know how. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm not getting any guidance. I'm stuck. You might already be at that, what's next? So if you are, just remember it's okay. It's perfectly natural to be thinking like that. Pull yourself back, draw yourself back. Remind yourself of the vision. Why did you start this business? What is your vision? What is your mission? How do you want to help people? Connect back to the helping people. Connect back to the service and the impact. Connect back and get emotionally involved with what it is that you want to do, how you want to change lives, how you want to help people, how you want to make them feel, how your products or services are the exact thing that they need. Connect back to that rather than thinking how. And then ask yourself, go inside and ask yourself, okay, what is one step I can take in this direction? It doesn't need to be the whole map. It doesn't need to be the whole road that takes you there. All you need to do is take one step. Action creates clarity. So if you just start taking those steps, it doesn't matter if it's the right or wrong step. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just taking a step so that you start to build clarity. And by taking these steps, step by step, you will learn very, very quickly which ones are taking you there, which ones are not, which ones are taking you away from what you want. And you'll know that from the results that you get. So just take off the pressure of having to do it all perfectly, take off the pressure of not knowing how, and just start moving in that direction, okay? And the more you see things working, the more it feels right, the more progress you make. Keep building that belief in yourself, keep showing yourself that you are doing these things that are working, and stop focusing on the things that don't, because we're going to have more things that don't work in our business, right? As we trial our way to figuring out what does work. We all have to go through this process. There's no gold map, there's no magic blueprint that anyone can follow, and it's the exact same thing that they need just because it worked for one person. You know, we've got to figure this stuff out ourselves, and we've got to figure it out within us as well. So the next thing, number 2, is your subconscious blocks. So one thing that's going to get in the way of you feeling positive or trying to think positively this year is a subconscious program that is contradicting all of your desires, your goals, your wishes, and the things you're telling yourself that you can and do want. So it's really, really important to know what is in your subconscious mind. It's really important to shine a light on there. We spend weeks going through this in Unstoppable, because this is the issue with the subconscious mind, is that we have blind spots. We don't even see that we have beliefs and limitations. We don't even see that there's blocks, because our whole reality is being filtered by them. So we're just not seeing them. We're just seeing these things as the way it is, whether it's about us and our ability and what we can do, or whether it's about, you know, the economy, people wanting to buy our things, people not wanting to buy our things. You know, there's a recession. No one wants my stuff. I can't sell. Nobody wants me. I'm an imposter. Who am I to be selling any of this? All of these things are just beliefs. They're subconscious blocks, okay? So we want to be building awareness of what it is we're telling ourselves. That's the first step. Building awareness, because a belief is just something that we keep thinking over and over until it becomes concrete in our mind, right? So ask yourself, if you are not getting the results that you want, or when you think about the goals that you've set for this year, and if you haven't set any yet, don't worry, I'll mention this at the end. I've got a process that can help you. If you are already thinking, I can't do this because, look for those because statements. What are the reasons? Why are you telling yourself you can't be, do, or have something? Because your beliefs will come out of this reflection. They are subconscious beliefs. They are going to control your behavior, your actions that you take. They're going to control the decisions you make. They're going to control the amount of data that's coming through to your mind every single day. Your subconscious mind processes over 11.5 million bits of data a second, and your conscious mind can only deal with 50 bits per second. So your subconscious mind is filtering out millions and millions and millions and millions of bits of data. So information that is coming in, streaming in all day, every day. So much of that information can help you achieve your goals. So much of that information is your how, right? But our beliefs are going to filter what comes through based on what we believe. And if we're telling ourselves we can't do it, if we're telling ourselves no one wants our thing, then that's what's going to come through to us, right? So we're not open to receive the ideas that we need to help us get over our roadblocks, to help us achieve our goals. So your subconscious, if you've never done any work with your subconscious, now is the time. This year is the time. When I decided to go all in on my mindset and I actually dove into my subconscious and started doing the rewiring work, that's when I was able to take my business from failing to 7 figures. Because in your subconscious mind is also the reason for procrastination, self-sabotage, overwhelm, doubt, and fear. Like, all of these things are in the subconscious, hidden below the surface. Remember, your mind is 5% conscious and 95% subconscious. So it's all going on without you being aware of it. So make 2023 the year that you dive into this work, that you start releasing some of this stuff, you start rewiring yourself. When you rewire your subconscious mind to align to your goals, to align to your dreams, your desires, to how you want to see yourself, then you will start creating new behaviors, actions, and a point of attraction that is automatic and it's elevated to that next level, okay? So we need to start replacing and releasing the limiting beliefs, the limitations, the blocks, the hidden mindset blocks, so that you can change your thinking, raise your vibration, and change your point of attraction in 2023. This will help you overcome your doubt. But if you start feeling doubtful, it's because of the things you're telling yourself. It's because of your limiting beliefs about you, about what you can do, about what you're capable of. So this brings me on to number 3, which is self-image. It's a huge piece of this subconscious work. It's something that I spend between 2 and 4 weeks on in Unstoppable. It's a module in Unstoppable that actually one of my clients actually spent about 3 months, almost 3 months, working on her self-image, because this piece of work is foundational to you making fast transformational change. Okay. When you change your self-image at a subconscious level, because it's a self-concept, it's how you see yourself when no one else is looking. It's the things you tell yourself, the way you see yourself and have seen yourself since you've been a child. But it's not just enough to become aware of this consciously. It needs to be changed and rewired inside your subconscious. And that way, you'll start overcoming so many of these limitations, so many of the ways that you're perhaps playing small right now because of fear and doubt. And you will also radiate a completely different energy to people. If you see yourself differently, people will feel it. They will see you like that too. But all the times we're limiting how we see ourselves, and we've just got the inner critic on our shoulder going on about how crap we are, that people feel that, right? That's going to make it really hard to provide our services, be willing to sell our services, be willing to market ourselves. If we're telling ourselves that we're no good, if we're telling ourselves we're a failure, we're an imposter, I can't do this and I can't do that. Your self-image is like a thermostat in your mind, and it's controlling your behavior, your point of vibration, your point of attraction. It controls everything that comes in your life, and it controls everything that you do, you know, how you show up, how you decide, everything. So self-image is massively important. It's such a foundational piece, and it's not just something I use in Unstoppable. I actually make it accessible as an individual module, because I know it's so, so important. And for people that can't or aren't in a position to join Unstoppable group coaching, they can start with that as a self-study, instant access workshop. And it's powerful. So, so powerful. So just consider, how do you want to see yourself? How would you prefer to see yourself? Be honest with yourself. How do you see yourself now? Be honest. The good, the bad, the ugly, right? And then decide, how do you want to see yourself? Who is this version of you that you know deep down inside that you're not feeling yet, but you would prefer to be programmed in? Would you like to have rock solid confidence, unshakable confidence? Would you like to see yourself as powerful, unstoppable, right? Would you like to really home in on your gifts, your accomplishments, your achievements, what makes you you, what makes you amazing, what you've achieved, and then what you can achieve, what's coming into your life, right? Are you a leader? Do you want to see yourself as a leader instead of an imposter? Do you want to see yourself as a powerful manifester, a powerful creator, someone that can change their belief quickly and easily, someone that can lead, someone that can make an impact, someone that can transform lives, make change, make real change? Do you want to see yourself as a powerhouse? Do you want to see yourself as a healer, as someone with natural gifts and abilities? You know, are these things already subconsciously programmed in your mind? So another thing that's going to help you, number 4, to stay positive and to keep that level of belief in your goals and yourself in 2023, the power of healing. Wounds, suppressed emotions, energy blocks, memories that we've suppressed for years and years and years eventually need to come up to the surface. Things that we've held down for so long, things about us, our past, whatever it is. We all have wounds, right? We all have things that need healing. We all have things that we need to forgive ourselves for, to forgive others for. All the time we're holding on to any kind of resentment, blame and shame and judgment, whether it's about ourselves or about other people, whether people have done really terrible things to us. We've experienced terrible, terrible things. The only person we continue to hurt with this is us. And the biggest gift we can give to ourselves is the gift of healing, right? So I found, and this is what I lead my clients through, I lead them through inner child work. I lead them through forgiveness work and self-forgiveness work. I help them release some of these things. Now, for anyone that has had deeply traumatic experiences, then it would be a really good idea when you're ready, and if you know it's something that's holding you back, then that's a good idea to find an expert, a professional, a healer, a therapist. There are so many people in this industry that help with this healing, right? And although it's an uncomfortable thing to go through and quite a scary thing to go through, even for anyone that they're just carrying some really limiting, disempowering, what felt like traumatic things when you were a child, but you look at other people and you're like, well, I never went through that. So, who am I to be getting healed? Who am I to think I have this problem? Like, we all have it. It's just different degrees, different levels, but we all need to go through this process. It's a process of clearing. It's a process of healing. It's a process of soul evolution. Like, it's a process of expansion. And the more that we can heal, the more that we can shed, the more layers that we can let go of. This is all our conditioning. This is all limitations. This is all false beliefs about who we are and what we're capable of. The more we can let go of all of this and heal and grow and become more complete with ourselves, with our inner self, with our higher self, the more powerful, the more magnetic, the more fulfilled, the more joyous, the more full of love, the more gratitude we live in. Okay. So if it's something that you think will trigger deep trauma going through this, 100% find someone that can help you navigate that. But for most of us, for many of us, this work can be done. We can do this work ourselves through meditations, through things that we, like I said, I help my clients through this, and they have released so many things, so many past traumas, so many incidents and things that happened to them over the years that they've held on to tightly, just shoved down to the depths of the depths. And then they've released it, and they've just felt the magic in that, the joy in that, the bliss in that, the relief in that, right? Because all of this is affecting our energy. So it's all affecting our point of attraction. So I have found Ho'oponopono is absolutely brilliant for forgiveness work. So there are books on it. There's meditations on it on YouTube. Absolutely fantastic. And like I said, therapy is a definite for anyone that knows that they have some really deep issues that they are ready to start moving through and releasing, and you can get expert help for that. So the last point, which I think, what is it, number 5, is cleaning the slate. So you may have already done this over the Christmas period. Most people set their goals, don't they, between Christmas and New Year, or at the very start of New Year. So it's a perfect time of year to clear anything that has held you back on an emotional level, an energetic level, your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits. It's a great time to start new habits, right? So it's a perfect time to absolutely clean your slate so that you can head into the new year, so that you can start this year with this new version of you. So if you do the self-image work and you want to start this new year as this new concept of who you are, and you want to really be programming it in, part of this is releasing the limitations, releasing the old ideas of who you thought you were, releasing the old beliefs where you were limiting yourself, where you were telling yourself, you're not good, you're not good enough, I'm an imposter, I can't do it, no one likes me, no one hears me, my voice isn't good enough, I don't have enough to say, I don't have the right things to say, I'm not ready yet, all these things. We need to be able to release them. So it's an absolutely perfect time. And I take my clients actually through a 3-step process for this, which I will drop in the show notes. It is still available for the rest of this month. Your best year yet is a 3-day workshop that will help you do exactly this. But I will just explain that if it resonates with you and you're interested in finding out more about it, just click the link in the show notes. But for anyone that just wants to know the steps, the first step is to review and reflect without judgment on your last 12 months. And in my step 1, I focus more on the roadblocks, the challenges, and the things that have held us back, the things that got in our way, with a compassionate mind, with a compassionate heart. No blame, no judgment, just be the observer and just observe what it was that got in the way, right? We start seeing patterns by doing this, patterns that you can avoid this year. So not only do we want to get that awareness, we also want to release it. So I take my clients through a process where it's an energy clearing and healing process where we can work with the conscious and the subconscious and release these blocks, release these limitations, release all of these things that have been holding us back, right? Step 2 is to celebrate the wins and anchor in the success of 2023. So this step is all about all of the good stuff, everything that went right, everything you were grateful for, everything you were lucky to have, everything that empowered you, that helped you on your journey, and to really take a detailed look at all your accomplishments and wins for that year. Because how often do we just ignore that, dismiss it, right? So make sure you do that. Show yourself how strong you are. Look at your qualities, the things you overcame, the challenges you overcame, the things you learned, the insights you gained, how you grew, right? And then the third step, and you want to really anchor this in. Again, I take clients through what I call a celebration ceremony, which is really anchoring it in, energetically and emotionally embodying this, what comes with it, the feelings that come with it. so that you can keep tapping into that and you can take it with you. The third step is creating your next 12 months. So if this isn't something that you've done already, what is it you want to achieve, right? For the next 12 months, what do you want in all areas of your life? What do you want in your business? Who do you want to work with? What are the clients you want? It's time to dream and tap into your imagination, and just why be limited by what you think is possible and isn't possible? Dream big, allow yourself to be carried by your vision. Allow the law of attraction to respond to something that is way beyond anything you even thought was possible, but you're opening yourself up for it to become possible this year. So that is how I do it in that 3-step process. I clean the slate first, and then I create with a clean slate. Okay. So I hope these tips have really, really helped you. Given you a focus, 5 things that you can work on this year to keep you in alignment, to keep you feeling positive, to stop doubt from taking over, right? I really, really hope this has helped you. And as I said, I'm going to drop some links in the show notes for ways that I can help you with some of these. Just check down in the show notes and click the links, but just keep your focus on these 5 things. And I know that you will attract massive amount of success in 2023. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I can't wait to see what you create, what you manifest. I'd love to be cheering you on from the sidelines. For now, I will see you again in the next episode.